All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to use what we were just doing in terms of factoring. We're going to do that, but we're going to find what's called the lowest common multiple. So if we look at our problem here, let's factor the 6xy. Let's factor the 6xy factors to 2 times 3 times x times y. Then we factor the 15x squared, which is 3 times 5 times x. And then we factor the 9xy4, that becomes 3 times x times y times y times y times y. So what we want to do now is take the most used in each one of these problems. And what I mean by that is I'm going to look at each factor. So I have a 2. What is it used the most? It's used once, and this one none once. So the most is 1, so I'm going to write 2. 3, it's used once here, but it's used once here, but it's used twice, so it's used twice the most. So you're looking at each of those. Then I look at the x. It's used once in this problem. It's used twice in the second one. It's used once. So the most is twice, so I have to write it twice. And then the y is used once, none, 4. So the most times is 4, so I'm going to write it 4 times. So I'm taking the most out of each of my 3 factors, and then if I put all of this together, multiply everything, 2 times 3 times 3, that's 18, x squared, y to the 4th, this is called my lowest common multiple. So that's the lowest number possible that all 3 of these numbers would divide into, which it does. All right, let's look at polynomials doing the same exact thing. So I'm going to factor the y4. So to factor this first thing is y squared comes out, which leaves me a y squared plus 8y plus 15. And then I have to factor that even more. So I have a y squared, but I also have a y plus 5 and a y plus 3. So there is this first one factored. Let's factor the second one. Well, the second one is a y minus, let's see here, 8 it looks like, and y plus 5, because 8 times 5 is 40. We subtract to get a minus 3. So if I look at my 2 factors, well, each factor being used? Well, I have a y squared, so that's going to be one of my lowest common factors, y squared. But I have a y to the 5th, or y plus 5. Well, it's used once, so that's going to be one of my lowest common multiples. And then I have a y to the y plus 3. That's a 3. Let me do a better job with that right here. Let me write that a little bit better. That's a 3. So y plus 3. And then I have a y minus 8. Y plus 5 is already being used, so this right here becomes my polynomial lowest common multiple.